and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of BDuBs Thoughts. Now, I'm your host BDub, and on this edition of BDuBs Thoughts, I'm going to talk about the results of Tough Enough, as well as do a recap on Monday Night Raw. Now, as you know, we were down to the last two guys, Andy and Luke. Luke, from the jump, everybody just knew was going to win. They knew the contest was his. They couldn't see it no other way. But it was Andy who arrived at the end and really made an impact and let everyone know out there that he was indeed a force to be reckoned with. So, about 15 minutes before Raw began, the fans was treated with all the contestants who were performers on Tough Enough to come out there. So as they came out there, you know, they had both of the belts. And before Stone Cold Steve Austin could crown a winner, he asked Booker T, Bill DeMott, and Trish Stratus what did they think. And then everybody knew that the decision was indeed Stone Cold Steve Austin's. Then, before you know it, a big stretch limousine pulled up, and you know when you see that stretch limousine, it's got to be none other than the boss himself, the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon. So Vince comes out, lets everybody know who he is, introduces himself, asks them what do they think that they can bring to the table. Why should they be the ones to come out there and be the next WWE superstar? Nonetheless, Vince McMahon, made his interest. So they crowned Andy was the winner. Andy's the Tough Enough champion. He has the WWE contract. Vince gives him a great welcome with a big old slap to the face. So Stone Cold helps him up. Next thing you know, he gives him a stunner. Talk about a welcoming into the WWE. You sit back, you're in the same ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, watching them take verbal jabs at each other, talking about who's responsible for what. Stone Cold letting Vince know, saying, you may be the boss and you may run the company, but Tough Enough is my show. So nonetheless, then the truth shall set you free. As we heard the entrance music, or lack thereof, play. But then tonight it was something different. We had some type of American patriotic theme music playing, and it was indeed R-Truth coming out there letting everybody know, he was basically making a mockery of the Constitution, the Confederation, all that. So R-Truth comes out there, gives his apology, indicates that he gave his apology and that he should now get his title shot. That's Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin knows. Talks about this conspiracy. I don't know what you guys think, but I love R-Truth. I finally feel like he's finally got his big push. He's doing something that hasn't really been. It's been done before in a sense, but he's doing it in a different way. We saw somewhat what he's doing with that happened with the Nation of Domination. Nonetheless, R-Truth comes out there, talks about, how he was held back, this, that, and the other. So then we see The Miz come out there and take verbal jabs at R-Truth, and Alex Riley take verbal jabs. But then we agree with none other than the WWE champion, John Cena. So John Cena indicates, Truth did what he was supposed to do. He apologized. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, yes, finally, with 2 weeks left, I should say, we're going to have a match at WWE's Capital Punishment live in Washington, D.C. As you will see, John Cena defending his championship against R-Truth. So, they make a match, Still, Alex Riley, Cena lets Riley know he doesn't like him, doesn't trust him, but he respects what he did to The Miz. So, the general manager attempts to come in, and Vince McMahon gives him, let me see if I can do it. Vince McMahon comes in and tells Michael Cole, shut up! And Michael Cole, obviously he knows his role, shuts his mouth, and doesn't go to that podium. So Vince McMahon makes a match, and he makes as he does, you're going to have The Miz and R-Truth taking on John Cena and Alex Riley, with Stone Cold Steve Austin being the referee. So, that match is set up for later tonight. So, they go in, you have the Divas match. And in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, the Divas division has been shaken, and it's not going to be strong as much as I would love for it to be. You know, I'm a fan of Alicia Fox. I'm a fan of Natalia. I'm a fan of Beth Phoenix. But the WWE had it shake when Karma arrived, and now that she's gone for 9 months or more because she's pregnant, it's going to be very different, and it's going to take a special diva to bring some credibility back to that division. So, you know, they had a Divas match, and then, you know, we have CM Punk taking on Rey Mysterio Jr. I thought that was a pretty decent match. Rey Mysterio comes out there and, you know, was very creative with his finish. You know, had a bulldog, and he kicked off of Mason Ryan, and then gave CM Punk the splash to get the victory. CM Punk has said earlier he's beat Rey Mysterio on multiple occasions, but on this occasion he did not. So, another key matchup of the night, you know, we had Jack Swagger come in there, complain, talk to Trish and Booker T, try to basically disrespect them. So then Booker said, you know what, tonight, me, you, we'll fight. So, this was a good match. I saw Booker T, he still got it, he still can go. He might, if he slowed just a little bit. But, you know, he really looked good out there. I thought it was a good match. I wouldn't mind seeing Booker. I'm going to tell you this. I'd rather see Booker T in the ring than doing commentating. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Nonetheless, Booker T wins that match. We also have, let's go right into the main event. Because as you can see, I mean, I'm going to be real with you. Raw wasn't that much worth talking about. Oh, excuse me. What did you guys think about Alberto Del Rio making a mockery of the Big Show? Yeah. So, you know, the main event, you have Cena and Riley take on Miz and Truth. This was one of those matches it's just a typical Raw tag team match. Throw everybody in the ring who's beefing, where you could pretty much almost assume that you're going to see an Alex Riley Miz match at Capital Punishment. Nonetheless, Alex Riley, you know, just go right to it. John Cena gets the victory for him and Riley after Miz took a Stone Cold Stunner, took a FU, and took a couple of beatdowns from Alex Riley. So, ladies and gentlemen, my point is, I want to know, what do you guys think? And what do you guys think about Andy winning Tough Enough? I said it, you know, I felt that Andy was going to win this. I just saw something in him. I see a lot of intensity. But you can't help. I want to know, I thought when I was looking up there, somebody pointed out to me that Andy and Luke actually look a lot like Randy Orton and Edge. Hey, in the future, could these guys be what's going to take the WWE to the next generation? You know, right now, in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion, wrestling's in that dark period. It's really in that dark period. And you'll see that it will become popular again, ladies and gentlemen. So all you wrestler fans out there, everybody who's tuning in the show, first and foremost, thank you for tuning in the show. Last but not least, watch out, because soon it will be cool to watch wrestling again. You know, kind of reminded me of that era in which Shawn Michaels and your Bret Harts, your Undertakers, your Diesel and Razor Ramon, where they were pretty much carrying the company. Obviously, Diesel and Razor left to become they're going to the real personas of Hall and Nash, and they went to create the NWO. WWE was very, very in crunch time, and you know, they rose to the occasion. I really feel that that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Really see a lot of good things happening. I want to know, what do you guys think? I want to know, where do you see wrestling going from now? And, you know, I also want to know, what do you think about R-Truth as a person, well, as a character, obviously, and him, you know, possibly becoming WWE champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give a couple shout-outs, you know. Make sure you catch me on BDuBs.blogspot.com. I'll make sure I have it posted to this video. Make sure you also catch me on pwjournal.wordpress.com. And ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, BDub, is also been recently added to the team of the UltimateSportsTalk.com. So make sure you tune into that. Make sure you check out that site. You can get all your sports information, all your wrestling information. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be different content on each site. So make sure you definitely got to tune in to pwjournal.wordpress.com. It's a lot of good stuff on there, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to tune into UltimateSportsTalk.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me on this episode of BDuBs Thoughts. Make sure you voice your opinion. I thank you for those out there. I thank you for voicing your opinions. Make sure you continue to do so, because I have a lot of surprises coming up. I'm not going to explain them to you, but I'm going to tell you now, this show is going to only get bigger, folks. It's been a year. When it's been a year, you got to do bigger things, and I'm telling you, it's going to get bigger. So I'm signing off. This is BDub, and I'm out.